Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Uniontown Area High School. We are anticipating a 7 p.m. start for varsity soccer this evening between the Greater Latrobe Wildcats and your Uniontown Red Raiders, live here from Bill Power Stadium. Joshua Scully here with you tonight for UHS Talk. The current time is 6:27 p.m. We will maintain the broadcast for what is the current junior varsity game, where the score is 4-0 in favor of the Wildcats. We will resume with volume shortly before 7 p.m. for the pregame performance given by Mr. Randy Randolph, the voice of Uniontown Soccer, and our broadcast will continue from that point with a Section 3 3A matchup between Greater Latrobe and the Uniontown Red Raiders. Thank you. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at Bill Powers Stadium. We are anticipating a 7 p.m. start or shortly thereafter for our varsity matchup today between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. That was scheduled for a 7 p.m. start. We may be slightly behind that time. We are watching the final seconds of the JV match between Latrobe and Uniontown right now. The Wildcats lead 4-0. We'll be right back here on UHS Talk with the pregame for our varsity contest. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're now just a few minutes from the beginning of a match between the Greater Latrobe Wildcats and the Uniontown Red Raiders. As part of our pregame activities here at Bill Power Stadium, we will now turn over the broadcast to the voice of Uniontown Soccer, Mr. Randy Randolph, for your pregame information and national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bill Power Stadium here at Uniontown Area Senior High School. Regardless of the outcome of the season's event, we ask that all spectators consider the time and effort that each of these young participants have put forth to represent his school. The purpose of this activity is to provide positive learning experiences and opportunities for personal growth for the participants. Participants and spectators can and are expected to at a high level of fair, clean, and wholesome competition. Remember, gentlemen, sportsmanship, the only missing piece is you. Good luck to both squads. Also recognizing that smoking and tobacco use present health hazards which can have serious consequences for both the smoker and non-smoker. We respectfully inform our patrons that according to the Uniontown Area School District policy, tobacco use and/or smoking is in the Greater Latrobe area. If you look all the way over here, the school, the red roof building over there, the second building actually is the restroom. The gentlemen will be. Also, if you're hungry, our concession stand is indeed open. All proceeds benefit the Uniontown Red Raider boys. And glad to see you folks from the Latrobe area up here. Glad you had a safe trip up and enjoy the season's contest. Game time temperature going to be right around 75. And a little overcast, a little cloud cover here. We'll get ready to start. To welcome Josh Johnson and Jeff Murray down there. Some other Uniontown faithful filtering in here. Also, we have Officer Randy and Officer Samantha at the gate for our security this evening, and also Ms. Bernadette Smith taking the money at the ticket booth. We are also joined in the press box here this evening once again by Mr. Josh Foley, the Red Raider Talk broadcast. Something new to our this year. So far, I think it's got off to a great success. And also in the booth with me tonight is Don Bell operating the scoreboard. And I am Randy, back for my 15th year in announcing for Uniontown Boys and Girls Soccer. Also give a shout out to Mr. Joe Walkus for getting everything together for this evening's contest. And momentarily we'll have the starting lineup first for the visitors from Latrobe, and then the Uniontown Boys following shortly thereafter. And now for the starting lineups. First for the gentleman from Latrobe. We have senior number 0, Mitchell Horner. Senior number 1, John Massaro. Junior number 3, Jacob Stevenson. Junior number 5, Nolan Dempsey. Sophomore number 9, Pietro Benendi. Junior number 11, Nolan Thomas. Senior number 12, Stone Brunton. Senior number 13, Brock Polinsky. Sophomore number 16, Levi Porvancic. Excuse me. Sophomore number 18, Steele Brunton. And rounding out the starting lineup, junior number 33, Lucas Lesko. Latrobe led by head coach Jake Rice, assistant coaches Jeff Kreinbrook, Zach Trainer, and Zach Zabank. Now for your Uniontown Red Raider boys. Junior and captain number 1, Noah Holland. Sophomore number 5, Josh O'Perry. Senior number 7, Ian Roderick. Sophomore number 9, Logan Hall. Junior number 10, Braylon Mini Maestro Woods. Sophomore number 12, Carson Soltis. Junior number 14, Saul Mezaquita. Senior number 18, Ethan the Commodore Roebuck. Junior number 19, Logan Run Davis. Junior and captain number 20, Tommy Hersey. And rounding out the starting lineup, senior and captain number 30, Nick the Quick Smith. Red Raiders are led by head coach Danny Holland, assistant coaches Ted Collins. We also have our athletic trainer Gladys Ruiz Malka. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please rise, gentlemen, removing your caps for the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous tide. Oh, the ramparts we watch, oh, so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bill Power Stadium, Uniontown Area High School, for tonight's Section 3-3A Whippeal Soccer Contest between the Greater Latrobe Wildcats and the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Uniontown Red Raiders tonight will be dressed in their home maroons, the Wildcats in a white uniform, and the Wildcats will begin this game working right to left across your screen, and the Uniontown Red Raiders will be working from left to right. We want to thank Mr. Randy Randolph for the wonderful work he does to get us ready for these soccer matches. He is the voice of Uniontown Soccer, and I'm sure you will be hearing him throughout the course of this broadcast, as you should. Thank you for checking us out on UHS Talk. Match time temperature 74 degrees under a mix of clouds and sun. We do have just a bit of sun left in the sky here at Bill Power Stadium. Paid attendance tonight, 133 individuals. That number stands to increase as the evening goes on. We may have a few late arrivals. In fact, I think I see 134 and 135 making their way down the sidewalk now. Mr. Don Bell has put 40 minutes on the clock for us. He is our timekeeper here for Uniontown Soccer, and the Wildcats are going to get to work. The Greater Latrobe Wildcats, of course, coming down from Westmoreland County to be with us here. This one goes over the head of a Wildcat and ultimately out of play near the Uniontown bench on the far sideline. We want to thank you, as always, for checking us out here on UHS Talk. And we are looking for student volunteers to help out with the broadcast however possible. We'll be going over some more information about that at halftime. The Uniontown Red Raiders coming into this matchup 0-3 in the section, 2-5 overall. The throw-in here will go to Uniontown's number 10, Braylon Woods. He's going to drive it across the midfield, and now Uniontown's going to operate from our near sideline with Nick Smith. Smith going to work it back to near the box, heading in that direction at the very least. Uniontown loses possession, and now we'll track it down at the sideline. Ball goes out of play, and a throw-in for Uniontown from Tommy Harisi. Uniontown will try to track this down as the Wildcats' number 13, Brock Polenski, guides it back toward his own goal. Uniontown will reset themselves with another throw-in here. This one targeting number 10, Braylon Woods. Again, Woods working off the near sideline, trying to avoid the tackle. He loses control of the soccer ball, and it goes across the sideline. He'll be rewarded with a throw-in. He goes directly to the box, looking for a teammate there. The Wildcats are going to try to drive this one away, and they are successful in doing so. Good dribble work there for the Wildcats by number 9, Pietro Bonatti. Wildcats advancing into Uniontown territory before losing. No, they will keep possession of the volleyball and are now looking to work across midfield. This is the deepest the Wildcats have got so far. The Uniontown Red Raiders have been very stingy in the few opportunities the Wildcats have had to possess the ball here tonight. The Red Raiders have this one get away from them. Now the Wildcats have a chance, 3-on-4. They're going to drive it ahead. Good stop on the far side for Uniontown. Getting a foot on that one for Uniontown was number 11 for the Red Raiders. We're going to confirm who is wearing 11 tonight. He was not on our original roster. Ty Harvey want to thank Mr. Don Bell for tracking that one down for me. Ty Harvey doing good work on that far sideline, and he may be involved again as the ball is in his general area. Now the Wildcats take one away. They're going to work across midfield, avoid the tackle here, drop all the way back into their own end, and they're going to reset the play on the far sideline. Coming back to midfield, the Wildcats trying to get something going. They have not threatened much here in the first few minutes of the game. We're at the 37-minute mark now, entering into the 4th minute of play, and Uniontown has looked very strong so far. This one's going to go right to Nick Smith, and he'll seize possession. Trying to work it across the midfield, right to left, not able to do so. Wildcats are going to take it away. They are right near the center line, now advancing. Far into the Uniontown end, it's going to be Ty Harvey once again, who was involved with the takeaway. Ball moves across to Nick Smith. He's been involved quite a bit here too tonight. Now the big advancer way ahead, and on the far side, this is Braylon Woods into the box. He loses control of the soccer ball, and the Wildcats for just a moment. Again, the Wildcats in the white, Uniontown Red Raiders are in their maroon. Wildcats send this one down. That's a through ball across the far sideline, and that one ultimately gets away from everyone here at Bill Power Stadium. Throw in for Uniontown. They'll keep it near the far sideline. That one goes off the head of Carson Soltis for Uniontown. And Carson is going to work very hard here to try to maintain possession, and we've got a whistle as the Red Raiders were attempting a tackle there. Some players momentarily tied up, 35-45 to play in the first half. Again, Uniontown coming in 0-3 in the section, 2-5 overall under head coach Jamie Holland. He's assisted by Ted Collins. Red Raiders looking for their first win in Section 3-3A, and this would be a great night for it. Beautiful evening here at Bill Power Stadium. For the Wildcats, Noah Thomas trying to weave through a few defenders, and he's going to move the soccer ball over to John Massaro, and now Massaro thought about going to midfield. He's going to drop back to the far sideline. Now the big leader downfield, and the Wildcats are actually able to possess it, and now we may have an injured player on the field. For the moment, everybody looks to be okay for the Wildcats. I thought maybe we had an injury, but no play stoppage, and everyone otherwise seems to be ready to continue. The Red Raiders have this one steered around to the far sideline, now at the center line, and out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for the Red Raiders. Working quickly here off of that far sideline is Ty Harvey. And this one's going to go ahead to Soltis. Soltis trying to work through a few Wildcat defenders. This one stolen right back by Uniontown. The Red Raiders on the far sideline. They've been quick defensively here and have not surrendered many opportunities to the Wildcats. This Uniontown team comes in tonight with wins against rival Albert Gallatin, beating the Colonials, and a win against Preston County, West Virginia as well. The 2 victories on the season for the Red Raiders. Now nearly to the far corner of the penalty box. Unfortunately, the Wildcats will boot this one away. A big kick, and now an opportunity for the Wildcats. Uniontown pushing to try to get ahead of that one. They will. Great work for the Red Raiders by number 14, Saul Amesquita. The Wildcats want to try it again. This time they're going to be cut off by Uniontown's number 20, Tommy Harisi. He gets it to midfield across the center line. Uniontown battling hard. John Massaro again involved in a stop. Both teams have been very strong defensively here. Uniontown had a few very fleeting opportunities early, but since that time, neither team has really seen much opportunity. The Wildcats had one potential lead breakaway, but the Red Raiders quickly covered that up. And following the whistle, the Wildcats are going to tee this one up for a kick and an opportunity for themselves. This will be number 12, Stone Brunton. Kicking from the center line. Uniontown drops all the way back to the box. Here's a big kick, and this one momentarily corralled by the Red Raiders. Lost at the top of the penalty box, and now a big lead out for Uniontown. Here's the Red Raiders' number 7, Ian Roderick. Roderick working hard in the middle of the field, and now we got a collision between a few players, and the Wildcats able to take possession away. They're going to work and weave. Some fancy footwork here, all toes involved. This one booted to the sideline. That's a through ball and out of play and into the visitors section. And we may have to do some work to get that one back. We're going to bring out a spare ball. Throw in here for the Red Raiders. And this one is immediately knocked away.
Please return it. You can souvenir.
Mr. Randy Randolph reminding everyone here that we are not in a position to grant souvenirs when sports equipment falls into the stands. We would like to have those items back if at all possible. Uniontown will work off the sideline here. Kick coming from Uniontown's number 19, Logan Davis. And it's a good one across the center line. Jumped there by the Wildcats. The Wildcats tried to get a lead to Pietro Bonatti, but Bonatti was not quite able to get to the ball before the Red Raiders take it away. Again, Uniontown has done that so far all night, and here is a shot and a goal for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And just like that, the Red Raiders are up 1-0. Ian Roebuck crushes one from outside the penalty box, and the Red Raiders are on top here with 31-33 to play. Uniontown leads it 1-0. And this is a Greater Latrobe team, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that has been strong coming in. Again, entering with a record on the season of 2-1, 3-4 overall, but they are 2-1 in section play, and they have beat Bell Vernon, who currently sits on top of Section 3-3A. So the Red Raiders here getting some good competition. Nick Smith with a little lead. The Red Raiders want to try it again, and this one maybe just a bit too much as it crosses deep near the goal. The Red Raiders will need to try to work this one out. Here's Harvey. He's going to move it to near the top of the penalty box, middle, but this one gets away. And now a boot toward the Wildcats goalie. That's Mitchell Horner. He'll roll this one out to a teammate. Coming our way to number 33, Lucas Lesko. Lesko, the boot down the sideline. This one going to be jumped by Uniontown off a face, and now the Wildcats will get it back. Trying to keep it away from the Red Raiders. My goodness, the Red Raiders are moving really quick tonight. Quite spry. Somebody really liked their pizza crunchers today. This one's going to roll out across the sideline. Throw in for the Uniontown Red Raiders, who lead 1-0 with 30-30 to play here in the first half. Here's a big leader to Nick Smith. Going to be a head ball off the Wildcats. And the Wildcats are going to maintain possession right at the center line. Lose the ball momentarily to Harvey, and then shot out of a cannon is number 10, Braylon Woods. Woods getting this one ahead. Look at the great play here for Uniontown. Trying with everything he can to maintain possession and get something happening for Uniontown was number 18 again. That was Ethan Roebuck, who picked up the goal just a moment ago. The Wildcats right now are getting everything they want and more from the Uniontown Red Raiders. Wildcats now really with their first solid possession in a long time. Uniontown's going to work them down into the corner and try to take this one away. And it appears as though we are at the byline, a little collision there. And finally a whistle. Thought we might get a whistle a second earlier, but we do eventually get a whistle. And right now, the official is near the corner. He is standing next to Greater Latrobe's number 9, Pietro Bonatti. And the Uniontown Red Raiders are going to set up their wall to make life as difficult as possible for Pietro. Pietro going to dip this one in. Goes off a hip and is corralled by the Uniontown goaltender. Great work there by Noah Holland. That's really the first time that Holland has been challenged so far in this contest. Otherwise, it's been pretty clean for this Uniontown defense. Ball coming off the far sideline. The Red Raiders trying to get a foot on that one, and they're not able to. The Wildcats' boots will lead it down into the corner. Now coming out into the box, far corner of the box. Wildcats want to reset. And they're going to drive this one, and this will be taken away by Uniontown right at the penalty box. Little collision here. And now an opportunity for the Wildcats. A blast at Holland goes wide, and Noah Holland does a great job getting a few fingers on that one and knocking it out of play. The Uniontown Red Raiders will continue to lead here 1-0. Holland did not have to do very much in the first few minutes of this game as we set up here for a corner kick in the very corner of the pitch nearest to the Uniontown High School on the home side here at Bill Powers Stadium. Here is that corner kick, and we have a whistle as soon as the kick comes.
Kick-in for the Red Raiders.
And that was number 3, Jacob Stevenson, on the corner kick. But this will turn into a goal kick for Uniontown, and it's a good one from Holland. He works it out toward the center line, about halfway there. A little quick pass through the middle. Uniontown looking for the midfield, now looking for the center line. And it's going to be Nick Smith who gets a Wildcat to overplay, and it's going to be a good opportunity here perhaps for the Red Raiders. Leading this one down near the near sideline official, and jump there for Uniontown. I believe that's number 9, Logan Hall, who had an opportunity there, and it's going to be Hall who gets the throw in. Quickly done. He wants to go to number 10, Braylon Woods. Woods going to kick one over to Ty Harvey, and Harvey blasts one, and a diving stop by Horner. Horner was fortunate enough to get there because Harvey had that one lined up on a tee, nearly made this match 2-0. 26:55 here to play at Bill Power Stadium. This one, I think is fair to say, has been all Red Raiders so far through 14 minutes. The Wildcats have threatened just a few times, and Uniontown has had a couple good looks at this Wildcats goal. This could be another one. Horner stepping out and booting it out of play. He wants another one to go into the visitor section, and that one does not quite clear the fence, thankfully, so we get that one back easily. We will not have to buy it off of eBay tomorrow. This is going to turn into a goal kick for the Wildcats. Horner will line this one up right between the R and the A in Raiders, and he just drifts it our way to number 13, Brock Polinsky. Polinsky moves it ahead to Massaro, and Massaro wanted to switch sides here. He likes the far sideline. Now the big lead for the Wildcats all the way down the field. Well played initially by Greater Latrobe, and now taken away momentarily by Uniontown. The Wildcats will get it under control right at the center spot. That one goes off a leg on the kick, nearly to the penalty box. Uniontown again playing very, very good defense, very quick defense for the Uniontown Red Raiders. This one out of play will turn into a throw-in for the Wildcats. The Wildcats in a white uniform tonight with some orange and black trim. A few collisions here right at the top of the penalty box, and a wild kick nowhere near the net. A couple steps from Noah Holland, but he does not need to do more than that. 25:20 to play. Greater Latrobe, of course, coming to us from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, Westmoreland County. Latrobe home to 8,060 people as of the last census. Latrobe School District includes the city of Latrobe, the borough of Youngstown, and the one township, Unity, that you'll find in that immediate area. This corner kick knocked out of play.
Here this evening. He does a wonderful job as athletic director here at the Uniontown Area School District. Uniontown fans give Harry a nice round of applause.
And Uniontown Athletic Director Harry Kaufman,
3 people tonight to clap for you.
on site. Acknowledged here by Mr. Randy Randolph as the Uniontown Red Raiders off to a great start. This one flipped over to the sideline. The Red Raiders are trying to get something going. Now maybe they have an opportunity on that far sideline as they advance into the midfield. Good leading kick here. They want Nick Smith, and they have him, and they're going to have an offsides violation. So very close. That was nearly a very, very special look for Nick Smith. He would have been essentially unchallenged the rest of the way to the goal. Nick has played really well on this near side for Uniontown. He has been involved early and often. The kick for the Wildcats across the center line in midfield. Number 5 for the Wildcats, Nolan Dempsey, has one play off his head. But now the Wildcats lose it, and the Red Raiders are coming right back, far sideline. Opportunity here for Uniontown, perhaps. The Wildcats are going to cheat in and get the tackle and steal the ball away, at least just for a second, as Uniontown able to corral it near the center line. Good-looking tackle there for Uniontown. Great effort, and Uniontown going to try to capitalize on this. Some very fancy footwork through the middle by Tommy Harisi. Wildcats again able to prevail and just drive this one out of play. The Red Raiders are playing a very spirited game tonight on a beautiful Tuesday evening in September. The Red Raiders looking for their first section victory. This would be a big one against a team that has really been competitive against everybody in 3A Section 3. The Wildcats have been a strong team so far this season, so if the Red Raiders pick up a win tonight, I think that says to these athletes and certainly to our spectators and coaches that they should be able to play with just about anybody in this section and play well. Red Raiders going for the tackle there is number 10, Braylon Woods. He's not quite able to get it. Now maybe the Wildcats will have a chance. They're trying to lead out Levi Pervaznik. Pervaznik not quite able to track this one down before the sideline. And with 22:25 to play, the Red Raiders will start from deep near their own goal. And we'll line up for the kick. Stadium lights, of course, are on. Shadows from those lights across the field, and the sun has nearly disappeared from view. Just barely visible now behind the press box. This time of year is where we lose daylight, unfortunately, the quickest. We are losing right now nearly 2.5 minutes of daylight per day. Coming back the other way, Uniontown, would be great to see them add an insurance goal here against a good Wildcats team. This one, a through ball, going to get through to the other side. And this will be a throw-in situation for Logan Hall. Hall, good lead. He wanted Nick Smith, but we get a head from a Wildcat, and it comes back to the center line. Beautiful pass for the Wildcats between two defenders across midfield. But the Uniontown Red Raiders are there as they have been all night. Wildcats, look at the tackle here for Uniontown. Going to take it away, and Uniontown with a really strong look there defensively. Not quite able to maintain possession. Now the Red Raiders are looking again here with Woods. Woods going to lead this one to Nick Smith. Smith, little wrist shot here. We'll call that an ankle shot, actually. Pops it up, coming back the other way. This one will sneak through. The Red Raiders will, for a second, maintain possession, and ultimately the Wildcats have one going the other way. They want to lead out Pietro Bonatti, but Bonatti has this one get away from him. It will be a Wildcat throw-in with Bonatti doing the honors as he steps out on the far sideline. 20:38 to play here at Bill Power Stadium. Thank you as always for joining us. The Wildcats coming down from Latrobe. Right now, Section 3A competitive. This one goes wide of the goal, and it will be an opportunity now for the Red Raiders, who have 20 minutes yet to play here in the first half. Bell Vernon is in front of Section 3A. They're 3-1 in the section, 4-4-1 overall. Franklin Regional actually has the strongest overall record. They're 2-1 in the section, 7-1 overall. We'll see if that communicates itself as more wins. We get a whistle here, as Uniontown wanted the quick throw-in from Nick Smith. Greater Latrobe's victories this season have come against that Bell Vernon team, West Mifflin and Mount Pleasant. They beat Bell Vernon 3-0, which is really interesting considering that is the only section loss that Bell Vernon has suffered so far this season. Leading toss here for Uniontown gets away. Red Raiders will try it again with Ty Harvey. Harvey has been quite spry tonight for Uniontown. Looks for a target, and he momentarily finds one before the Wildcats drive it away from their own penalty box. Coming back now, Uniontown with the ball again. Good little dribble and pass there, but the Wildcats are able to get ahead of it. And now Latrobe wants an opportunity with 19 minutes to play. Big lead pass. This could end up being a Uniontown possession, and it's going to be kicked to the sideline. Ultimately will look more like a through ball there, and it will be an opportunity for the Wildcats, as Uniontown could not quite get the look they wanted at the conclusion of that opportunity. Now the Wildcats will work from the far corner. Good work there by Harvey. And a big wild kick. That one was nearly worth 3 for the Wildcats. It goes over the goal. And with 18:25 to play, we're going to see a goal kick for Uniontown. Noah Holland, who, when needed, has been very good so far tonight for Uniontown. But so far, his defense has really held him up, and he's not had to do too much. This one comes into play on the home side.
Let's go white.
Throw in now for number 33, Lucas Lesko. Wildcats trying to generate a better look at the goal. They have not had one in quite some time, and Uniontown not interested in giving them one now. Ty Harvey going to take this one away. Good work there by Harvey. He nearly was a one-man show to steer clear of 3 Wildcats. Ultimately, we're going to see another opportunity here for Latrobe. The Red Raiders, very quick defensively to drive that one out, and so it will be a throw-in situation for Latrobe. Stepping out again to throw in will be number 33, Lucas Lesko. Don't forget to share our link tonight for UHS Talk. Boys Whippeal Soccer, Uniontown and Latrobe. So far, Uniontown leading this one 1-0. Opportunity here perhaps for the Red Raiders. That one just rolls away ahead of Uniontown's. I believe for Uniontown that was number 13. Stand to be corrected on that. I'll see if I can confirm that for you in just a moment. Wildcats trying to get something started here near midfield. Great work there by Uniontown's number 14, Saul Amezquita. Wildcats really working hard here. I'm sure the frustration has to be mounting. Good footwork there by Nolan Thomas, and now a kick, but right at Noah Holland. Holland made that look easy. Well struck ball for Latrobe, and now a great goal kick from Holland, but this one may be almost too good. It's going to come back the Wildcats' way off a header. Now Uniontown trying to maintain possession near the center line, working across midfield. Left to right go the Red Raiders. So far, so good, and then the Wildcats finally able to curtail that effort and work it back the opposite way across the center line. Uniontown has been just excellent so far defensively. You love to see that, especially against a team that's gone toe-to-toe with the section leader right now. Ty Harvey trying to lead his offense in, but the Wildcats will not have it. They launch one down to Noah Holland. Holland way out in the penalty box, fires one into a teammate off a chest, and now it's going to be played across midfield. The Wildcats are able to take it away. Working back now, right to left comes Greater Latrobe. Wildcats, I'm sure the frustration is there. We are now down to just 15 minutes in the half, and the Wildcats, while getting a few kicks toward Holland, have not really got the sort of opportunities you might expect to see from a team that has played so well. Now here's one, and this one is going to slip through and be wide, and the Uniontown Red Raiders are all going to reach in their pockets and grab their rabbit's foot for that one, because that was just wide of the goal, and Uniontown maybe caught there defensively in a less than ideal situation. This one for Uniontown on the far sideline. The Red Raiders looking for that insurance goal if they can help themselves, and a player is knocked down, and we will have a whistle.
Whistle on the play is action.
Uniontown will continue this possession.
Kick for Uniontown.
I want to apologize to anyone who was watching. We may experience here in just a moment a bit of difficulty with our camera. I am hopeful that we will not, but if you notice that the stream becomes a bit choppy, we are currently working on that right now in an effort to resolve it before it becomes more problematic, and if we cannot, we will certainly fix it during the halftime break. The Wildcats trying to get something to go before that break, and the Uniontown Red Raiders may finally see a good opportunity from the Wildcats here, but no, Noah Holland, he is all over it.
Noah Holland.
Uniontown now across midfield, seeing if they can't get something going. They would love, I'm sure, to have an insurance goal. And I do believe our camera is operational again. This is going to be launched toward Holland, and the Wildcats able to corral it before the byline, moving it back to the top of the penalty box. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats, and again this one steers wide. Holland was there to create some traffic. And oh my, now the Wildcats have threatened a few times. They've had some opportunities. They're going to get a corner kick. We'll see if we can't get this corner kick in the frame for you, happening near the Uniontown High School. There is that corner. And the corner kick's on its way. The Red Raiders defensively prepared for that. Now this one going to be lifted wide, and down the track it goes. Noah Holland did not need to do very much that time. Holland has been excellent when tested, and he has been tested over the course of the last few minutes. Early on, not so much. Holland with a goal kick now, going to send this one away from the fine print of the end zone. Across the artificial turf of the pitch and to our sideline. This time it's going to be jumped by the Wildcats early, and Greater Latrobe going to try to set something up near the penalty box. Won't happen. This one driven out to Lesko. Lesko works it away from the center line to midfield, and the Red Raiders are there defensively. They have been strong in these situations more often than not. This one will be headed by Lesko. Offensively heading in the right direction now for the Wildcats. Some contact here, no whistle. Thought maybe we had a tie up there for just a second, but apparently everything clean. This ball led down into the corner, booted back toward Holland, who had his hands ready. And he seizes that one. If that had been a kickball game, we've got one out here so far against Greater Latrobe. Now Holland, he wants the goal kick, and my goodness, he nearly kicked it out of frame. We're going to rotate the camera as Uniontown now has an opportunity near midfield, across the center line. The Wildcats coming back the other way. Uniontown, more strong play for the Red Raiders defensively. Brief tie-up near the far sideline. Going to be worked by the Wildcats to near the box, and the Red Raiders steer it away, and this one goes out of play to the Uniontown bench, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Big lofty throw, headshot. Going to bounce back all the way near the byline and saved somehow. No, whistle was blown. Really great effort there by players from both teams to try to get a foot on that ball before it broke the plane at the end of the pitch. And very close to doing so. Holland lines himself up. He sends this away from the W in town. Gets it nearly to the center line, and now the Red Raiders are off to the races. And here they come out of the turn. It's a good opportunity for the Red Raiders. A little push here down on the opposite side. The Red Raiders will maintain possession, operating out of the far corner. They're going to bring it to the corner of the penalty box, and now the Wildcats able to seize it and drive it away. And that's a through ball to the Wildcats bench. We want to thank our sponsors tonight, HK Equipment Group, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, MikeKellyToyota.com. Magistrate Jason Cox, White House Cottages LLC at gmail.com.
Throw-in for Uniontown.
Opportunity for a throw-in here from the Red Raiders. They're going to launch it toward the goal, easily seized by Horner, and Horner will lead this one out himself. He's going to take his time. Horner operating out of the shotgun here, and he's going to kick this one. It's a big boot to near the center line. This one's going to drop in midfield, far sideline, off a couple of bodies, and then out of play. Just 9:27 remaining in the half. We want to thank as well Henry Stewart Audiology Incorporated, Kurt's Family Restaurant, Gavco Materials Incorporated. Red Raiders have this one jumped before they can get it to the box, and the opportunity is taken away. Well played there by number 11, Nolan Thomas, for Greater Latrobe. Now the Wildcats, they want to threaten one more time. The leader, probably too much, but Uniontown's not going to take any chances. They pursue it all the way to the corner, and look at the effort for Uniontown by Ty Harvey. My goodness.
Harvey was safe on the play.
Somebody buy Ty a second lunch tomorrow. That was excellent. As he rushes down to the far side and drives that out of play and kills any opportunity
Corner kick for Latrobe.
that Latrobe may have had there. Corner kick coming up. The Red Raiders position themselves. They know where this ball is going, and it's going to be into a tussle and then presumably into the goal. And it is into the goal off a few bodies for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats.
That's a goal for Latrobe. Score now Latrobe 1, Uniontown 1.
And so now we have come level as the ball is brought back to the center of the pitch. Red Raiders still have 8 minutes with which to operate. Costabile Construction Incorporated, also one of our sponsors for the Uniontown Red Raiders. We want to thank, too, King Physical Therapy and Fitness and Pump Station Construction, the local businesses that have supported our soccer programs here at Uniontown. We cannot say enough about how well they have done for us. Here's Harvey, going to pass between a triplet of Wildcats. We'll call that a pack, I suppose. And this one going to be off an ankle and knocked back toward the center line. The Red Raiders trying to stay with it. They will. Now Uniontown with a golden opportunity. It's a blast toward Horner. And Horner's on his knees and is able to scoop that one up. The Wildcats taking their time here. And I suppose plenty of time remains in the first half. 7:50 to play as the Wildcats look to build off of their goal. Harvey not interested in that, though. He's able to get control of this one, drives it off an opponent, then gets it to a teammate. Now here's a lead, and Uniontown going to have a chance at a shot and off the woodwork, and what a blast for the Red Raiders. And that was Uniontown's number 16. Great look there for Uniontown 16. We're going to get that number for you as well. Excellent work. Justin Haynes, the sophomore. Well played by him. And a great look at the goal despite the angle. Now the Wildcats are going to see this one booted away. And boots on the ground here for the Wildcats as they try to keep something going. They had to chase that a long way, and then ultimately the ball gets out of play. New one is thrown in. I think we finally got one back from the visitors section here at Bill Power Stadium. Will you find a better stadium in Fayette County, especially this time of year with the Chestnut Ridge in the background? I do not think so, as the sun sets here in southwestern PA. The Wildcats trying to build off some momentum. They have tied this at 1, but they lose control of this possession. It's going to go back to the Red Raiders, who work left to right. Now the Wildcats with another look. Across the center line they come. They do not have numbers, though, and Ty Harvey will remind them of such as he takes the ball away, and then he splits two of them and gets across the center line. Now Ty's going to call a shot, and he looked like Patrick Mahomes there directing Travis Kelce down the field. He's got a teammate down by the goal in the box. It goes off a couple of bodies, and this one is going to be maintained by Uniontown. This one worked ahead again. The Red Raiders here very feisty. They want their one-goal lead back. The Wildcats working hard to prevent that. Ty Harvey, though, says, hey, look, I want that goal back for sure. He's going to lead a teammate to the far sideline. Foot race here, a little collision, track and field, coming back out of the corner. Uniontown working across the box. Tackle attempt, couple of tackle attempts, and now maybe a real tackle attempt. And then finally the Wildcats are able to get the ball under control. Coming back off the far sideline, it goes off a nugget and out of play. And with 5:25 to play, it's a throw-in for Latrobe. Wildcat faithful out in strong numbers here tonight at Bill Power Stadium. Wildcats looking to get something going. They're going to work far sideline. This ball might get away. The Wildcats just able to save it against that sideline. Now they're going to size up Holland in goal. Holland is ready. He's wearing a light blue kit for Uniontown tonight. This one is booted wide and out of play, and that soccer ball is on its way to buying a hot dog with 4:50 to play here in the first half. It's going to be an opportunity for Holland to drive this one away from the goal with a goal kick and possibly set Uniontown up for another strong possession. The Red Raiders have had a couple here just in the last few seconds. This one goes off the head of a Wildcat and out of play. Wildcats will deny again off a few heads, and then finally the Wildcats get this one together. I suppose you could say they're two heads better than one. Uniontown able to control the ball momentarily. Now the Wildcats have it back, and Holland steps up, and what a read by Holland, my goodness. He stopped that one right in the process. Great work there by the Uniontown goalie. The Wildcats going to lose this one. Uniontown working our sideline, getting one ahead. And unfortunately, the Wildcats able to steer this one away. Good work there defensively for Greater Latrobe, because momentarily they did not have numbers. We had a 4-on-3 attack, and now this one driven out of play. We'd also like to thank Perkins Painting Incorporated, Rhoda Haver Excavating, the Gillespie Funeral Home and Crematory, Roderick's Upholstery Mobile Unit, all sponsors of the Uniontown Red Raiders soccer programs this year. Ty Harvey nearly able to jump that one. Wildcats see this one taken away by the Red Raiders. This match has been very back and forth since the Greater Latrobe goal. Neither team able to build much momentum, and here's a collision in the box. Corner collided with a few Red Raiders, and this time it's Greater Latrobe who should be very thankful that that did not manifest itself as a Uniontown goal. The Red Raiders have one taken away. The Wildcats nearly tackled here. They're going to get this one through to near the center line at midfield. The Red Raiders, with time left to work, we're just under the 3-minute mark. Uniontown working left to right. Little collision here, and the Wildcats will take this one away. They go to the far sideline, retreat and recover, working down the far sideline. And this boot blocked down by the Red Raiders. Now another collision, and a bigger one, and we're going to have a whistle as a Uniontown player hits the turf here near the middle of the pitch. 2:21 to play. Greater Latrobe, of course, a historic community. Both Fred Rogers and Arnold Palmer once called Latrobe home. Here's a kick for the Red Raiders. They're going to angle this one toward the goal. Some traffic. Ball goes off at least one body, then driven back our way. Uniontown able to get it under control. This is Harvey. A blast to the middle of the pitch, but the Wildcats able to momentarily get it under control. Got to give credit to the Red Raiders, who have been so difficult to really do anything against. The Greater Latrobe goal, and here's another whistle. The Greater Latrobe goal, if you missed it, was through a jumble off a corner kick, and I know that still counts, but it was, let's say, not quite as pure as the Uniontown Red Raider look earlier in this match. 80 seconds remaining here before the break. We're approaching the 40th minute. Here's a great look. Got Horner on the move, but it goes wide. That was Amezquita.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Now Uniontown just needs to play some strong defense here, as they have all evening, and they'll go into halftime with at least a tie. This one goes off ahead, then is turned around at the center line. The Wildcats just trying to keep it going in the right direction. That has been easier said than done against Uniontown, and this is a throw-in for the Red Raiders on the far sideline. A good-looking throw, nice lead, going to come down the far sideline. Opportunity for Uniontown in traffic. This one knocked away off an ankle, then booted. This is a 1 or 2 on 4 situation, not favorable for the Wildcats, and they have a player hit the ground on the far side of the pitch with just 14 seconds. The Wildcats now trying to get something going. And this one is launched to the goal by Jacob Stevenson, steered around, and there is some commotion just outside of the goal box, but nothing is going to give here. And we'll go into the half 1-1 between Uniontown and Greater Latrobe. We'll take a short break here on UHS Talk, and we will be right back with your second 40 minutes of play in just a few minutes. Thank you for checking out UHS Talk tonight. Time now is 7:57 p.m. We are 5 minutes away from resuming play at Bill Power Stadium. The Uniontown Red Raiders and the Greater Latrobe Wildcats currently level at 1. Goal for Uniontown by way of 18, Ethan Roebuck. We'll be right back here on UHS Talk in just a moment with the continuation of play. Welcome back to UHS Talk. Joshua Scully here with you tonight on a beautiful Tuesday in September. Bill Power Stadium. Whippeal Soccer on the pitch tonight. The Greater Latrobe Wildcats and the Uniontown Red Raiders. Greater Latrobe will have the first opportunity here with 40 minutes back on the clock, courtesy of our timekeeper. Mr. Don Bell, and of course you have heard the voice of Uniontown Soccer tonight, Mr. Randy Randolph, who is the public address. And to say he is multi-talented is an understatement. It is 1-1. Uniontown's Ethan Roebuck put Uniontown ahead 1-0 early. Greater Latrobe coming to us tonight from Westmoreland County. Of course, many people debate the proper pronunciation of Latrobe, and it really depends on who you ask. In southwestern Pennsylvania, you will hear many people say Latrobe. You will hear some say Latrobe. And Latrobe, historically speaking, is considered to be the proper pronunciation. As the Wildcats lose control of this possession, at least momentarily, ball comes back to the center line. And now the Wildcats are on the attack again, driving toward the goal. Now they'll lose this one to the far sideline, and out of play it goes. Dropping over for the Wildcats, number 11, Nolan Thomas. He'll throw this in. He's trying to lead it toward the goal, and the Wildcats now just trying to maintain this possession. They're operating out of the near corner. They're going to keep this one on the near sideline, looping back now to the top of the penalty box. An open look there momentarily, and now the Wildcats are going to pick up a quick goal coming out of the break, and that, quite honestly, was probably the best Wildcats possession of the evening. Number 11, Nolan Thomas, doing the honors for Greater Latrobe.
We're going no goal, Mr. Scully.
And Mr. Bell, Donald Bell, our timekeeper, is telling me that goal has been waved off and will not stand. So now it's the Uniontown Red Raiders catching a little bit of luck here. We'll take all the luck we can get whenever we get it, no question about that. This one going to be led across the byline and out of play. The Red Raiders are looking for their first section win tonight, and they've got a good section opponent here with them at Bill Power Stadium. Greater Latrobe 2-1 in the section, 3-4 overall. When you look at section 3A, it's Bell Vernon up top, 3-1. Franklin Regional 2-1. Latrobe 2-1. Penn Trafford 2-2. West Mifflin 1-2, and the Red Raiders, of course, picked up a couple wins out of section. They are looking to earn their first section victory tonight, and they catch a nice break here coming out of the break as we enter into the third minute here of the second half with the Red Raiders and Wildcats tied at 1. We apologize for not having a score bug. We looked at some options for that this weekend. This one going to be driven all the way back to the Greater Latrobe goal, and Horner is going to reset his team with a big lead kick to the center line and now across midfield. And Latrobe is going to have a difficult 3-on-3 situation. Uniontown's defense has been quick tonight and has not given up many opportunities. This one going to be booted by Harvey. Now a headshot here from the Wildcats. Get the ball back to the center line, and weaving through some Red Raiders. The Wildcats will lose possession, coming back now right to left. Uniontown in their home maroons, and they are operating right to left tonight. Here in the second half, the Greater Latrobe Wildcats operating left to right. And this one's going to be tied up at the sideline and lost there to the track. Throw in for the Wildcats. Quick little ankle pass there off the top of the foot will be lost. Wildcats able to get it back. Now they'll work away from the penalty box, They're going to come to our sideline and operate now toward the corner on the near side, just in front of the scoreboard, and a weak kick is moved toward Noah Holland, and Holland able to get this one under control, and he's going to give his team a moment to catch their breath and reset themselves. 36-34 here to play. A 1-1 match as this kick will escape initially the Uniontown target, and the Wildcats have it back under control. They're going to work our sideline, advancing to midfield, and now across the center line. Here come the Wildcats, and they have numbers. Good leader here, and this could be trouble. Holland steps up and gets the stop, but now the goal is open, and the ball is going to roll harmlessly into the goal box, and Holland picks it up. In a scary situation there for the Red Raiders. Uniontown has got all the aces apparently up their sleeves so far here in the second half, with 35-55 to play and an opportunity for a Uniontown throw-in. Here's a good throw-in down the sideline, but the Wildcats are ready for it. They will try to send it in the other direction, and they just save it against the far sideline. Now near the center line. This one will ultimately be lost finally, and it will be a throw-in. As the Greater Latrobe buses are in action, they must be anticipating some very quick clock keeping here in the second half as we work on the far sideline. And coming now back to the Uniontown goal. And here is a shot for Greater Latrobe. And that one does count. That's number 1 for Greater Latrobe, John Massaro. And the Wildcats do indeed now have a 2-1 lead. Latrobe, Pennsylvania, of course, home to the banana split. There are a few other communities in the United States that believe they first created the banana split, but it is currently believed that Latrobe indeed was the birthplace of the banana split all the way back in 1904. And if you don't believe me, I can give you the credentials. The National Ice Cream Retailers Association of America in 2004 proclaimed that Latrobe is indeed, as this one kicked toward Horner is going to be caught easily, and a throw out from goal, that Latrobe is indeed the home of the banana split. At a time in which bananas, when shipped to the Pittsburgh area, came via New Orleans up the Mississippi and Ohio rivers over 120 years ago. Idea for the banana split originated with a Latrobe native who had just visited Atlantic City, and he saw some similar offerings on the Atlantic coast and brought the idea home with him, and then perfected it to be the banana split that you know today. No Big Mac, of course, but some of you may enjoy a banana split once in a while. 2-1, the Wildcats lead the Red Raiders. Uniontown looking for some opportunities here in the second half. They have not yet come, but the Red Raiders have played with plenty of spirit here tonight, so I don't doubt that those opportunities may yet be on the table for them. Ball not quite to the penalty box. Now here's a good opportunity for Uniontown. A lead across midfield, no pressure yet, and the Red Raiders are going to push it. Now, a boot down to Uniontown's number 18. Ethan Roebuck had an early goal. He's going to lead a teammate in here. This is Uniontown's number 20, Tommy Harisi. Now a kick toward Horner, and that one is just wide. My goodness. So very close for the Red Raiders. That was Uniontown's number 13, Dean Kuna, the sophomore. And that nearly tied the game. Goal kick now for the Wildcats. I apologize that the camera did not pan for that last effort. I promise it was very close, and this one's going to roll through with 32-50. We do have auto tracking on this camera, but the problem is currently, no matter how we set it up, as Harvey prepares for a free kick, no matter how we set it up, the auto tracking cannot yet get to the corners. We're going to work on that. And so we are manually panning the camera left to right to the best of our ability. Again, we are looking for volunteers to help with the broadcast. If you're interested in perhaps working on air, so to speak, or as a producer, as a camera operator, we would certainly love for you to let us know. You can reach out to me, joshua.scully at uasdraiders.org, or to our athletic department, Mr. Kaufman, Mrs. Cribble. I'm sure both would be more than happy to hear from you, and we would be more than happy to see you help us out with the broadcast. And we want to thank those people too. Good tackle attempt there for Uniontown, and the Red Raiders defensively are able to recover and steer away the Wildcats. But we want to thank you for checking us out on UHS Talk, and that tackle attempt will warrant a whistle. And hopefully everyone is okay.
Good hand for the young man from Latrobe getting back to his feet.
2-1 your score, 31-31 remaining in play. Wildcats ready to go. A big kick over top of the goal and out of play. And a new soccer ball will be flipped in, as that soccer ball has just rolled out to the Southwestern Pennsylvania Railroad line and is on its way to Smithfield right now, as the goalie kick is about to come from Noah Holland. And this is a good one. Out to near midfield and then knocked out of play. Head coach for Greater Latrobe, Jack Rice, I'm sure he is pleased right now with how his team has come out of the break. Another ball out of play. We'll see a throw in here as we pan the camera to take in the Latrobe goalie, who's done a pretty good job tonight, Mitchell Horner. Now all the way down into the corner, the Wildcats trying to get ahead of this one and lead it back out. The Red Raiders will not make it easy, and this one is kicked out of play. And it will be a throw-in. This is a big opportunity here for Uniontown. They're going to roll the ball out to Harvey. Great chance here for Uniontown. Ty Harvey, the sophomore, looking for a target. The Wildcats packing it in, trying to take away any incidental bounce. They go top of the penalty box, lifting this one far side, taken away. Now Uniontown scrambling to try to save it, and they will cut off the Wildcats on the far sideline. But what's some great dribbling there by the Wildcats. We've seen that a few times tonight as the Wildcats negotiate midfield and now are coming back toward the Uniontown side. The Red Raiders trying to bottle up this attack, and they will do so. And this one is going to be taken away by Uniontown, at least for the time being. A through ball here. This one gets out of play. Good effort for Uniontown's number 12, Carson Soltis, getting there to make that stop. Uniontown going to work on it again. Good effort here by Roebuck. Roebuck, sure he's looking for another opportunity. He had the big Uniontown goal earlier that opened this game up. That goal was a real piece of beautiful work. The Red Raiders, I'm sure, would love to replicate that. Here's Holland with a good save. Now Holland charging out, taking the ball away. And Holland, got to say this for him, he did that very confidently. This one's going to get away and out of play to the track. And a new one is flipped to the Wildcats. Ball goes off ahead and now taken by the Wildcats near midfield. They're going to try to drop back to the center line. Now they're ready to attack. Good pass here, gets through. Red Raiders trying to go for the tackle, not quite able to get there, and now we're in trouble. Here's a shot. Passed and wide of the woodwork. And credit to Uniontown goalie Noah Holland, who did just enough to deter an easy look for the Wildcats. Goal kick forthcoming. Latrobe does take its name from the Latrobe family. Benjamin Henry Latrobe II is the family member who is really the person being honored with the naming of that community. He was a longtime railroad employee for the Baltimore and Ohio, did a lot of great work planning for the railroad, some routes through southwestern Pennsylvania and ultimately through the Mountain State. He helped connect Parkersburg and Grafton at a time in which the Appalachian Mountains were still quite formidable. And his father, by the way, Benjamin Henry Latrobe, the Latrobe I had just mentioned was the second. The father, Benjamin Henry Latrobe, is called, quote, the father of American architecture. And he helped to rebuild the U.S. Capitol following the War of 1812 when the British had not been very nice guests during their sack of Washington, D.C. Here's the Uniontown Red Raiders now trying to be good hosts as they come down the far sideline, and this one is going to be out of play. The Wildcats lead by just one. Also, a member of that same Latrobe family was the first ever lieutenant governor of Australia. Not sure how he got all the way out there, but I hope he introduced the banana split while he was at it. Here is a throw-in at 26:57. And Latrobe's going to play small ball here momentarily. They're not trying to push this one just yet. The Uniontown Red Raiders are going to be able to take it away. They send it back to the center line. Good work here from Uniontown. Harvey in position to take that away. The Wildcats now will lose it indeed for a moment to Uniontown. Now Harvey, my goodness, what a match he's played. Harvey's going to lead this one down the far sideline. Harvey trying to keep it away. Look at the tackle attempt from that young man. Nearly does it at midfield. This ball booted now. Overshot here by the Wildcats, but Latrobe not giving up on it. They're going to force Uniontown all the way back, and Latrobe actually will end up with the possession. They work it to the penalty box. Wild shot. Uniontown ready for it. Now off ahead, and the Red Raiders will punt this one to midfield near the center line. Latrobe regains possession on the attack. They're going to lose it here. And Uniontown looking for an opportunity. Good looking pass. And the Red Raiders see this one get ahead and go the other way. Uniontown needs to reset themselves here. We've got the ball lost in the abyss of midfield, and neither team able to really do much with it. This one goes to the far sideline, and now Uniontown will hold it and indeed will reset themselves. Here they come off the hold. This one moved ahead. Finally, the Wildcats get a good look at the soccer ball and drive it away. It'll be taken initially near the center line, but the Wildcats, they're comfortable playing long ball right now. They drop it all the way back to their defense and reset themselves. A couple of quick little passes, trying to play keep away, as the Red Raiders have done a very good job in pursuit. I think we can say that with certainty. 25-15 to play. 2-1. This match could still go either way. And we will see Uniontown with an opportunity here right in front of their own bench. I'll try to zoom in on that spot for you.
Substitution there for Uniontown, already going out of inning.
And Uniontown will see this one taken away, at least for the time being. Here's a good lead for the Wildcats. Uniontown now in trouble on a break. Here's a look coming from the right side, and Holland is not able to make the stop. He came charging out. He did not have a lot of options, and that was really the first time tonight where, unfortunately, the Uniontown defense was not quite able to get ahead of that when Holland gave it his best effort, but Stone Brunton was able to find his way through and deliver a third goal for Greater Latrobe. The Red Raiders now will have some work to do. 24:35 remaining on a beautiful, even yet warm Tuesday evening in southwestern Pennsylvania, the county seat. By the way, at one time, and relatively recently into the early 50s, you could still take a streetcar from Latrobe to Uniontown. Maybe that's why the buses were starting to get nervous. That one rolls across the sideline and out of play. Would be a lot of fun to say, hey, I'll meet you at the stop. We'll hop on the streetcar, ride down to Uniontown, take on the soccer match, buy a Big Mac. We don't need a banana split. This one's going to go to the byline, and it's scooped up there by Holland. And the goalie kick is going to be a good one. Past the center line, takes a friendly hop. And this one is going to be controlled momentarily by Uniontown. No, they will keep possession on the far sideline. Trying to get something started down that sideline. This one gets away, but right now Uniontown just looking to generate some opportunities. They have not had many yet this second half, and they have really worked very hard defensively. And unfortunately for Holland, he did not get quite the help on that last look for the Wildcats that he has got tonight. Otherwise, his team has done a great job of putting themselves in position to help him. And we're going to see a throw in again in front of the Uniontown bench. We'll try to get you that spot and see if the auto tracking will help us out here a little bit with the movement of the ball. We are looking at some options for a score bug or score hub feature for these broadcasts. There are a few routes we can take for that. We have not attempted to integrate one yet, but we're hopeful for next week. Of course, I said that last week too, and have not quite worked out the best option for us, but that is a work in progress, and we will find a solution. This ball goes into the penalty box and is going to be taken away there by Uniontown. They're going to try to keep it away from the Wildcats, but the Wildcats are able to move it out to Steel Brunton. And here's a shot toward Holland. Holland was ready for it. The ball was wide anyway. It's going to go all the way to the corner, and the Wildcats track it down. The Wildcats do have, I'm assuming, brothers on this team, both Bruntons. One is Stone and one is Steel. Great names. Coming back the other way, the Red Raiders again, they have been playing a lot of defense here tonight. They want to play some offense. Now a chance. And a leader. And here is the chance. We're going to pan the camera as the Wildcats just get ahead of that one and take it away. But this is the look that Uniontown has needed for several minutes now. Roebuck is going to throw one in. He's going to go right to our sideline. And working on that sideline for Uniontown is number 12, Carson Soltis. Uniontown trying to maintain possession. They have not had many opportunities to put pressure on Horner. And unfortunately, the Wildcats get this back under control. Now the Wildcats may have an opportunity slipping through their fingers here. They've got to chase this one all the way into the corner, and they will bring it out of that corner. Splitting defenders and working toward the goal. Great stop by Holland. That was Jacob Stevenson with a blast, and Holland was not interested in letting that one go through. So Uniontown keeps this 3-1. The match still within reach. Still 20 minutes to play.
Substitution for the Wildcats.
We are in the, or near to the 20th minute. We would like to thank some of our sponsors tonight, including Casey's Sports Cafe, Bright Stripe, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning. Noah Holland, more strong play for him, and now he will fire this one off of his foot down the field. Uniontown will lose it. Now to the center line, coming back the other way. The Wildcats have one go off a heel. Uniontown nearly able to take it away, not quite. Now they will. Pushing it again is Harvey. Harvey tied up momentarily with an opponent that was Stevenson. The Red Raiders are able to get it across the center line to Roebuck. Roebuck not able to control it. Back come the other way with the Wildcats through midfield. Wildcats now with an opportunity. They do not have numbers, so they will slow down and retreat and set this one up. This one going to be kicked to our sideline, and nice move there for Greater Latrobe on the sideline to maintain possession. And a chance is going to pass through the Wildcats' claws with 19:26 to play. Uniontown breathing a sigh of relief there, I'm sure, as Holland again in a difficult spot. He was going to have to make a hard decision if the Wildcats were able to maintain control of the ball. Thankfully, they were not. They will see a corner kick coming.
Corner kick for the Wildcats.
Uniontown is going to pack the goal box. This is Stevenson from the far corner near Grant Street Park. Here is the corner kick. Off a few bodies and over the goal and out of play. And Uniontown played that defensively quite well. Opportunity now for Holland to send this one away. He'll place it on the A in Raiders. Holland has been very good tonight at clearing these out. This one is going to be sent to midfield. And we'll zoom back out as this one rolls out of play. Throw in now for Latrobe. The Red Raiders do a nice job taking it away. They have it on the near sideline. Uniontown pressing this one. They have a good opportunity slipped between their feet, unfortunately. Now Holland charges up and stops this one from any further damage. He's going to lead out a teammate on the far sideline, but the Wildcats here, the Wildcats have looked the part of the Red Raiders defensively from the first half, where Uniontown was all over the field and did not give the Wildcats any room to breathe in. The Wildcats defensively have been very strong after the break. Good tackle attempt here by Uniontown. Nearly able to take the ball away off of two Wildcat bodies, and now Uniontown will have it. They have a man on this sideline drifting over and taking possession for Uniontown. This is going to be number 13 for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Good work by him. And 13 for Uniontown is Dean Kuna. Dean's played a good match tonight for Uniontown. This one led away off the foot of Uniontown's number 12, Carson Soltis. Carson, a starter for this team. He's also a sophomore.
Throwing it once again for Latrobe.
Coming back the other way, Greater Latrobe could really put the Red Raiders in a difficult spot with another goal. Here's a shot through the box, rolls all the way through it practically. The Red Raiders on the other side not quite able to get it under control. This kick is wild though, perhaps even off a leg and wide of the goal, and a fresh ball will be bounced out to Noah Holland. Holland tees this up again, this time between the R and the A. Kick's going to get to near the center line off a one touch, and now we are tied up there momentarily between the Wildcats and the Red Raiders. This one on a leader. Going to roll across the pitch, and finally the Wildcats get it under control. They launch a wild one toward the goal, but the Red Raiders ready this time. And now this could be an opportunity for Uniontown working on the near sideline. Good effort for Uniontown here by number 21. The Red Raiders trying to set up another opportunity for themselves. That was Logan Conklin. Did a nice job tracking that ball. This one tied up momentarily between a few players and knocked in multiple directions without much success by anybody. This one rolls into the corner. Greater Latrobe will not save that one from the byline, and immediately the young man is ready to set up the corner kick. And this is going to be Stevenson taking over for Pietro Bonatti. Ball is going to roll through the jumble and out of play on the other side. 14:57 to play. 14:57, not a great year if you were the Byzantine Empire. Coming back the other way, the Wildcats with a shot at goal. This one goes wide and out of play. And now with 14:35 to play, your score stays 3-1. The Wildcats have played a very strong second half here. Uniontown, though, still does have time. They're working on our sideline. This one near the box. The Wildcats are going to lose possession of it, and the Uniontown Red Raiders give it right back. Here's a kick toward Holland, off ahead of a defender. This one will roll to the byline. Now a good-looking clear out here for Uniontown. The Red Raiders still have time. They still have life. They need 2 goals to tie, 3 goals to take the lead. The Wildcats are going to get out the dry erase board and drop this one all the way back to Horner and give themselves time to reset. Now Horner will move it our way toward number 18. This is still Brunton. You have to wonder if Steel and Stone have argued over who is stronger. And this kick will go toward our sideline, and this is a good opportunity for Stevenson. Little pass to the middle of the field, and a good-looking stop there by Holland. My goodness, Noah Holland was all over that. Great effort there by him. Otherwise, the Wildcats, a good opportunity there and a good look at the goal. Now they're back in the penalty box. Uniontown trying to reverse them and get the ball moving in the opposite direction. No luck so far. Far sideline. And this one's going to roll over into the track and field storage with 13:15 to play. The Wildcats have come out strong here after the break, but Uniontown does indeed still have time. 13:02 to play. This one's going to get between 2 players. Now the Wildcats again will have a look at the goal. Holland in position. Here's the kick, and Holland's all over it. Holland fires this one out. Near side. This is going to be Carson again. He moves it ahead. Good looking pass there for Uniontown to Kuna. Now back to midfield. Going to be lost. And the Wildcats will come back. They do not have numbers, so we'll see what they try to do. This ball going to roll through the byline. Good speed there by the Wildcats. Lost to the byline, though, ultimately, with 12:27 now remaining in the contest. We will have Uniontown volleyball for you on UHS Talk Thursday night. That's a 6 p.m. start between the Uniontown Lady Raiders and the Lady Warriors, who will make the trip down from Elizabeth, Pennsylvania, along the banks of the Monongahela River and the 51 corridor. And we're expecting a very good contest between those 2 teams. And this one is going to be shipped up high over top of Holland and the goal with just under 12 minutes left to play. The volleyball team in action tonight, as a matter of fact. They are taking on their rivals, the Laurel Highlands Lady Mustangs.
Kick in for Uniontown.
Goal kick from Holland. This one is going to be worked toward the far sideline and saved by Uniontown. Great effort there. And the Red Raiders will eventually lose the ball near their own bench, but good initial effort for certain. This one dropped in near midfield. We want to thank the United Federal Credit Union, Fat Angelo's Pizzeria, Slater Design, All Around Fence Company, Lee's Plumbing and Excavating, McMillan Engineering, Potter's Bar and Grill. Here's one attacking Holland but high and over the piping. United Bank, Clearly Spoken Incorporated, and Costello and Wooten Property Management. Of course, we'd also like to thank again HK Equipment Group, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, Magistrate Jason Cox, and White House Cottages. Wildcats on top of this one. They're going to move it near the edge of the box. Uniontown should have this one under control. They track it into the corner, and then it's going to be out of play with 10:30 remaining. The Uniontown Red Raiders started this game very, very well. Great opening stages of the match, if you were here for the early doors, so to speak. This one kicked into the masses, and the Red Raiders come out with possession following the corner kick. And here they go, Uniontown with a good look here. They launch one down toward Horner. He's going to send it right back from the penalty box. And that was a shot. Harvey had that one go off his head, and he drives that one back the opposite direction, probably the better part of, I would even say, 60 feet. Now coming back toward the Wildcats goal, where we have not seen much action tonight. That one lost to the corner. Certainly have not seen much action here in the second half. The Red Raiders trying to get something going now. Look for Uniontown, and into the goal box. That one knocked away, and that was certainly the greatest threat the Red Raiders have presented here in the second half. More of that with 9:19 to play. Goal kick coming. As we adjust the camera to try to get this kick in focus, we will have it. Corner kick for Uniontown. Here it is. Good opportunity for the Red Raiders. This one sails high, and into the air it goes. The Wildcats momentarily have it under control. The Red Raiders, they really need this opportunity here. Some bodies collide, the ball escapes, and it's going to be driven out of the penalty box, popped into the air again. No meaningful movement otherwise. Uniontown still with a chance here, trying to get this one under control. The Red Raiders, Carson Soltis was there. The Wildcats able to sneak it away, and this one's going to be nearly taken right back by Josh Paris. Ball at the center line at midfield, now back with the Wildcats. And Greater Latrobe, they want to threaten again, and they have numbers. 4-on-2 situation, now 4-on-3, now 5-on-3. Wildcats work this one, corner of the box, possession maintained, drive middle, and here's the kick, and it finds its way through. And the Wildcats will go ahead 4-1. And Greater Latrobe had numbers and took advantage of that situation as it unfolded. Even as Uniontown dropped back another defender in the mix, Latrobe was able to get another attacker just as quickly and maintain the one-man advantage. 8:11 to play, 4-1 your score. And we'll be back with the soccer team next Thursday, a week and 2 days away. Girls and boys soccer that night, both varsity. Uniontown with 8 minutes remaining in this contest. They had Roebuck in the middle, not able to get it to him. Roebuck has one goal tonight, and we've got a collision here. And everybody quickly back on their feet, thankfully. We've had a few players down on the pitch tonight, but no one down for more than a second. And plenty of good effort here between Uniontown and Greater Latrobe. $7:30 to play, 4-1. And this boot is nearly out of play. Good save here by Uniontown. And right now, the Wildcats will set themselves up for another possession. They'll have a throw-in situation from the near sideline. Throw-in is going to come by way of number 18, still Brunton. Uniontown able to come up with it. They'll work it down this sideline. Great speed there for Uniontown by Braylon Woods. But unfortunately, Greater Latrobe, at least for the time being, came up with it. Now the Red Raiders, and they do have a good opportunity on the right side, but the Wildcats in the right spot at the right second to steer this one away and drive it back to the Uniontown bench. You can check out MikeKellyToyota.com if you're in the market for a new vehicle for the holidays. Magistrate Jason Cox, also a proud supporter of our soccer programs here at Uniontown. White House Cottages, you can contact them at whitehousecottagesllc@gmail.com. And again, HK Equipment Group, all of these businesses have done a wonderful service for our Uniontown Red Raiders soccer program. 6:05 to play, 4-1 in favor of Greater Latrobe. If this score holds, Latrobe will improve to 3-1 in the section, 4-4 overall. Uniontown will drop to 0-4 in the section, 2-6 overall. Again, Uniontown's victories this season against rival Albert Gallatin and Preston County. Preston County in West Virginia. Probably a relatively cool night tonight in Kingwood, the county seat of Preston County. This one on the far sideline. Wildcats trying to set up their offense, and they're instead going to lose possession, at least for a second. Red Raiders scrambling to create an opportunity for themselves. Coming near sideline, ball lost. Will be a throw-in situation for Greater Latrobe. 5:10 to play. This one going to be kicked through the uprights. I don't know that Chris Boswell would have made that. Plenty of bend on that shot, but over the goal. So the Uniontown Red Raiders start off really strong this evening. Great defensive play. Early goal for Uniontown by way of number 18, Ethan Roebuck. And I truly mean that one is worth going back to watch if you were not with us at the time. At the center line, the Wildcats now are going to drop back and just try to eat up some time. They are in no hurry. The Red Raiders are in a bit of a rush. If they're going to pick up 3 goals, they need nearly a goal per, let's say, 75 seconds at this point. I'll let Mr. Bell confirm the math on that. And this one going to be jumped by Uniontown and steered across the center line. Coming back the other way, Uniontown trying to get something started. They've got a good situation here, but the Wildcats deny again. Greater Latrobe has just not afforded many opportunities in this second 40 minutes. Uniontown has seen some good looks tonight, but they were practically all before the break, sans maybe one. And Uniontown again trying to get something heading in the right direction, but the center line has not been kind to them. The Wildcats often have not let the soccer ball advance much beyond midfield. Uniontown again getting one here to Woods. Woods, a quick little pass ahead, and a chance now for Uniontown. And this one going to be kicked wide of the goal and corralled by the Wildcats, ultimately driven out of play into the corner. Great effort there for the Red Raiders. Uniontown, I'm sure, would love to add even just 1 or 2 more and make the Wildcats work a little bit here in the late stages of this match. Again, we'll be back in action Thursday night. The Uniontown Red Raiders volleyball squad will play host to Elizabeth Ford. The Lady Warriors coming to town, and then we'll be back with soccer next Thursday. This ball launched out of play. Henry and Stewart Audiology Incorporated, Kurt's Family Restaurant. Going to see a corner kick here for Uniontown. Let's see what they can do. Trying to make some contact, and my goodness, the opportunity was there. Great look for Uniontown. I'm sure They will nail that down next time because, my goodness, Horner would have had no chance if that ball had been placed just inches to the right of the spot it landed. Now a throw-in for the Wildcats. Costabom Construction Incorporated, Gavco Materials Incorporated, Pump Station Construction, King Physical Therapy and Fitness, Marcon Building Supply Incorporated, First Federal of Greene County, Roderick's Upholstery Mobile Unit, the Gillespie Funeral Home and Crematory, Rodehaver Excavating, and Perkins Painting Incorporated, all proud sponsors of Uniontown Soccer. I also want to thank our timekeeper tonight, Mr. Donald Bell, for all the fine work that he has done for us. And, of course, the one and only voice of Uniontown Soccer, Mr. Randy Randolph, who, as always, has made this experience all the better, not just for the broadcast, but for those who attend Uniontown Soccer. And we did ultimately have some spectators roll in late, so our attendance number was actually probably over 150. Uniontown now with 95 seconds left in this contest. Good effort from Uniontown. That first half of play was really excellent. The Uniontown defense was superb. This one again going to escape via the sideline, and it's a throw-in now. Knocked back toward the Uniontown goal. The Red Raiders looking for it in the air. Now a chance for the Wildcats, tied up here near the penalty box and finally shipped away. Uniontown working the far sideline. Some fancy footwork here for the Red Raiders, who are just maybe looking for one more chance with 52 seconds. Great second half effort for the Wildcats. And we're going to see the Red Raiders lose this one potentially to a whistle with 34 seconds to play. Again, special thanks to HK Equipment Group, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, Magistrate Jason Cox, White House Cottages. 21 seconds left here at Bill Power Stadium. These teams will meet again for a Leif Erikson Day showdown, October the 9th in Latrobe. Holland's going to get one more save. Great effort by him tonight. That'll be October 9th. So Uniontown will be out for some revenge on that date when they travel to Latrobe to take on the Wildcats. And we'll have Uniontown Soccer for you again next week, Thursday night. Girls and boys. Girls will play first. They're scheduled to start at 6 p.m. Boys scheduled to start at 7:30. I want to thank everyone for checking us out tonight as always. Broadcast will be going again Thursday night. We are looking for volunteers if you're interested. Special thanks again to Casey's Sports Cafe, Bright Stripe, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, the United Federal Credit Union, Fat Angelo's Pizzeria, Slater Design, All Around Fence Company, Lee's Plumbing and Excavating, McMillan Engineering Incorporated, Potter's Bar and Grill, United Bank, Clearly Spoken Incorporated, Costello and Wooten Property Management. Thank you for our sponsors, and thank you for checking us out tonight. Again, volleyball action for you on UHS Talk on Thursday. We will have soccer again next Thursday evening. Girls and boys soccer right here from Bill Power Stadium. For UHS Talk, this is Joshua Scully. You will hear us again Thursday.